Good morning, folks. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong enough to resurrect a dead fuel pump. The stories are real. The wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Nile Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection workshop, where the smell of fresh oil and a little elbow grease is all part of a balanced breakfast. Around here, we don't just talk cars. We live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or even a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts and bolts and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles and to the people who drive them, to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here every week helping you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means, welcome aboard. Stick around for shop talk, expert advice, a few good laughs, and maybe even a story. A service bay flashback. Not today. I'm not feeling the vibe. Well, good morning and welcome to Motormouth's Morning Drive. I'm your host, Nile Motormouth Jenkins, in our 32nd year with Car Connection. Welcome aboard, my friends. And if you're joining us for the very first time, get your notepad out, take some notes so that you know how we do things around here, and we'll very quickly bring you into the loop. We're wrapping up a series this morning entitled The Dynamic Trio, and it goes all the way back to part one, which was shocking. Part two, I don't remember. I don't remember. That's a good answer. I always gave that to my teacher. I don't remember. It's just I can't recall that. But thank you for asking. Understanding shocks, they're not just for looks. And then we moved into Fun Friday, so I thought we would not tap into and interrupt Fun Friday. Thank you to ladies that sent questions in for Saturday's Q&A, and you can do the same thing. I need your questions by Friday noontime because I'm already beginning to put the program together for the following and upcoming Saturday of that week. So things are pressurized, if you know what I'm saying. So thank you to Chantel and Christy and Marianne for putting forth three questions that very interesting how all three knit themselves together. And if you missed the program, you can go to our YouTube channel on the homepage of our website. All our links are in the top right-hand corner, newbies. So if you don't know that, that's where they are at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's ccbusnet.com. All the links and everything you need to follow the build and repair work that we do and connect with our program partners is all available to you at one click away on the homepage of our website. So let's go through the top right-hand corner quickly. We'll give you our YouTube channel. There's over 500 plus videos and podcasts for you to peruse there. Lots of information. Don't forget to like, share, follow. Ring the notification bell so that you don't miss one single automotive tech tip whatsoever, because I teach the 5 things. So whether you know only where the gas goes in and how to get the car started, you're already ahead of someone else. So 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and how you broke it. And then we're going to teach you not to break it again, so you're spending money on things that you really don't need to spend money on, if you know what I'm saying. So we teach you how to save money and have a reliable older vehicle all at the same time. And you can do that because mileage doesn't matter, friends. It does not. It's maintenance. And it doesn't matter whether that vehicle's just coming off warranty, 5 years old or 7 years old. It's getting older and it's not reliable. That's why they have parts departments. And that's why you had warranty on certain pieces and parts. There you go. I put it in perspective for you. No, there's no vehicles out there, whatever flavor, that are 100% reliable. It all depends on you. how you use it, how you abuse it, and if you're willing to maintain it. And that's what I do. When the vehicle gets to a point where you just go, I'm not putting any more money into this older vehicle, and it's solid and it's in good shape. And you're going to see that on this new series that kicks off today in our YouTube channel. It's an exact replica of what I just said. It is the epitome of exactly what I just said. An older vehicle where it's gotten to the point where there's certain things that they're just not willing to take care of, and certain things that looks like they tried to do some creative repair work themselves and it's not quite right, and we'll put it back to factory standards. So this particular vehicle is an exact example of what does it take to make it tight and right again and reliable. And you're going to see how I do it from start to finish, because I haven't touched this vehicle since I own it, and it's a California car. And it makes me sick because it's totally rust-free and it's plenty of years old. Join us for that series. And as we wrap up this series this morning, I have 5 things for you there. And that's what I try and do every single day of the week, Monday through Saturday on Motor Mouth's Morning Drive, is to give you 5 things to ponder with regards to your automobile. So let's jump right in this morning. If you're in the drive-through queue, it is Monday morning, and it's Monday. Where have I heard that before? Monday. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, so again, top right-hand corner, I'm sorry, a little brain fart there. That's where our YouTube channel link is. Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. We are posted as the automotive experts there. Thank you to our videographer, Skippy. Put that website together to bring community and local businesses together in the Stevensville area. And it gets a lot of visitors, 20,000 visitors a month. How cool is that? So that's where you'll find bloopers, outtakes, and reels you will not find anywhere else. Our mothership is iHeartRadio. You'll find a library of our podcasts there, but it's just as easy for you to zip over to our YouTube channel, and everything there is posted every single day of the week, Monday through Saturday. So every podcast, when it goes scheduled for 8 a.m., Monday through Saturday, it goes right into our YouTube channel. So you can pick it up from there as well. There's lots of things for you to visit there, all basic fundamentals of owning and operating an automobile. So it doesn't matter size, width, culture, color, language, age. All of that does not matter when you're watching our videos. You will learn a lot of information that will prevent you, especially ladies, from being ripped off at the automotive repair shops. And let's just say it. It happens. And it happens way too much, but it happens. That's why finding a mechanic that is as good as gold, honest as the day is long, you are in really good standings with that. But that doesn't happen for everybody. The bandits are out there. They are. So if you're in the queue for the drive-through, you got your order. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to have a swiggy together. We're going to say thank you to our program partner, City Auto Sales and Leasing, Mr. and Mrs. Grant, Mama Louise, and Earl the car guy. And I'll tell you, he is a car guy extraordinaire. He is fussy as the day is long. He doesn't push, pull, and drag junk into the dealership. They're pre-owned. He sources for 25 years now, low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. And they've got in-house leasing and financing available for you there. They are Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. If they don't have what you're looking for, you need to connect with Earl the car guy and let them know. They have the resources and they can do the legwork for you to find it. If it's out there and it's junk, he's going to tell you. Let's give it a little bit, be patient, and we'll find a good one. He's not just going to grab it for the sake of filling the order. If it's not any good, it will not be on the lot at City Auto Sales and Leasing. So feel confident in sending your friend, your peeps, your circle of friends, and your family to go and see Earl Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing, Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. So on 3, 2, 1, this is how we do it. Whatever your morning beverage is, let's get it done. You ready? On 3, 2 and 1. It's happening now. I think it's getting older. Well, maybe I have to throw it out now. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the video yet on the pressure washer that was dropped off at my shop by my friend Angus? He's one of the first responders. He's a cool guy. And yeah, he picked up his, which I fixed up, and you can get to see that. And then he dropped one off, and he goes, I'm not sure if you're interested in this or not, but one of the guys at work pitched it my way. I'm going to throw it your way, and if if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll come back and I'll scoff the engine off of it and throw the rest in the scrap. I said, well, yeah, drop it here. Well, let's see what we can do. You're going to have to watch that video. That one wraps up today. You'll be amazed. Another man's junk. It's another man's treasure. The things you can do when you just decide to do maintenance and fix stuff. A, fix it before it's broken completely and it costs you more money. Because I can't tell you the number of times a $200 repair ends up being a couple of $1,000 repair because you procrastinated. That's right. Because tomorrow never comes, friends. I'll fix that tomorrow. I'll just put that here for now. Yeah, just put it here for now. I know what that means, actually, in English. It means it ain't never moving from this spot, baby. Till somebody goes, what the heck's that doing there? That's got to go. And then it goes out in the refuse. That's usually how it works. It sure does. Let's jump into our morning weather and then into our dynamic trio this morning. So get yourself ready for that. Again, new series kicks off this morning in production. Mondays are production days for videos. Skippy will be here at this hour of 7 sharp. And we hit the shop floor. We have a brand new series kicking off. And if you're interested in seeing what it takes to bring an older vehicle back to standards so that it's 100% reliable and everything's working, and how much is that going to take to do it? Well, this series is just for you. It's going to give you a really good idea that, yes, you can own something older and make it 100% reliable when you're doing maintenance. In this particular car, I'm going to have to pull the folder out, and I will share the folder with you on camera, and we'll go through it because I can't remember the exact year when I made the purchase on this. I do know the reason why I purchased it, and I'll share a little bit of that and be respectful to those who are not here with us anymore. But, yeah, there's actually a question in the comments this morning with regards to this exact thing, is getting an older vehicle and then bring it back to standards. And that's what we've done with the 2008 Nissan Rogue. That thing's a jewel. And I know it's got factory problems, and I'm staying on top of that. That's what you got to do. Don't abuse it. It's got one of those ugly CVT transmissions, and it means you've got to change the fluid on time every time in that transmission. No, you don't push it 10, 20, 30K over. No, you change it at 30,000 kilometers. Yeah, I think. I don't remember. No, I think it's 50. Sorry. Yes, it's 50,000 kilometers, 30,000 miles. There we go. It's early, and I haven't had my coffee yet. So let's jump into... I'm just laughing. Text came up on my phone. Yeah, okay, all right already. No, you better keep poking. Keep poking at me. Yeah, I got to get it done. I got to get my passport done, okay? That's what that's all about. I won't leave you in suspenders. And it's just like life gets busy and just starts spinning out of orbit. And you go, oh, yeah, I got to get that done. Oh, yeah, I got to get that done. Remember, the do does and the did is done. Isn't that right? Well, our daily weather is brought to us by our good friends, Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo, Next Generation, husband and wife team of Kathy and David. And the older brother, I think he is the older brother, I'm pretty sure. Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. They've been busy building Canada since 1931. Yep, and they can help you as well. If you're looking to put on an addition on your home, You're going to need blocks. You're going to need rebar. You're going to need angle iron. You're going to need some landscaping. They have everything you can think of. Interlocking bricks, designer bricks, blocks, your plain old cinder block, fancy cinder blocks, designer cinder blocks. They make all of that on site, and they have absolutely gorgeous, outstanding hardscape landscaping materials to create a walkway, whatever your imagination can think of. That outdoor living space you've always wanted, ladies, they have everything you need there. Designer stone, patio stones. I call them pavers, but, potato, you know what I'm saying. So patio stones, they have all kinds of designs with those. They have angel stone, river rock, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you need a contractor, you need to talk to Kathy Grimo. Has a list of contractors that you can trust to estimate, design, build, and finish so that you can enjoy the finished product. So check in with Niagara Block 905-356-2221. Well, it's 71 degrees right now here on the south shores of Lake Erie and the Niagara region. Mostly clear. Not really. It's still dark. Wind is making it feel cooler. About 69 degrees. Cloudy conditions from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the south shores of Lake Erie and the Niagara region, with some rain expected around 4. So on the rainometer, we have 0.3 of an inch. And I have to tell you, my friend Charlie says the soybeans are happy. They are happy right now. They're dancing in the fields because August is the month that the soybeans need rain in order for the yield to be really, really good. So he told me how they think. They, from planting in late June, early July, they're in the field and they're digging in deep and they're preparing for August to bring the yield, to bring the beans. So for them to bring the beans, they need rain in August. That's what determines the entire planting season. So it looks like we're going to have some for you, Charlie. With rain expected around 4 p.m. today, so any outdoor sports, you better get them wrapped up by 4 o'clock. Today's temperature range, 69 to 80 degrees. It's going to feel more like 69 to 79. I have no idea how they figure that out. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's over the top for me. So take your umbrellas with you, your Nelly, and make sure you're planned for that. And stay dry. That's going to happen early evening, so drive safe coming home. The roads will be a little wet. Possibly. Maybe. Thank you to our certified financial planning professionals that help us with finances, investment portfolios, sitting at a bank, collecting dust, making you absolutely pittance. Just saying. It's time to pull the handbrake, let the handbrake off, and get them out of there. If you're drowning in debt, they can help you with that too. So please don't give up on yourself. And don't do what I did many years ago, not once, but twice. Took advice from stupid people. That's what happened. I'm really being nice at this point because I lost everything. Everything. And then when I approached the person, here's what you hear. Well, don't listen to me. I don't know it all. I just gave you some suggestions. Yeah, they were really bad. And I lost my shirt. So don't don't repeat what I did. Get the fruit from those who have the fruit on the tree. Certified financial planning professionals, not an advisor at the bank. No disrespect, but they're not certified financial planning professionals. They're not. It's kind of the difference between a licensed mechanic working on your car and an apprentice. You get that? A licensed tech or an apprentice. And that's where with my apprentices, I checked every bit of work they did, and I road tested every vehicle because it's my name that has to go on it. So with the certified financial planning professionals, they understand investments, they understand money, they understand how to deal with debt, estate planning properly, make sure that you are medical powers attorney for any kids that are living under your roof that are 18 years or older. That is a must have. And you do not do estate planning by buying a little recipe from the big box store. No. That will get you upside down and sideways. And should you go to your great reward, you've just left whoever's behind to clean up your estate is going to really like you. Not. They do mortgages. I don't do mortgages with banks anymore. And I love the ladies out in Winnipeg on the mortgage side of things. They're fantastic, great competitive rates. And if you have questions, they get back to you fast. Life insurance, critical illness insurance, and keep this in mind, insurance period may seem like an expense. And I have a hard time with it, but still, when you need it, it's a super wise investment. It really, really is. So get that hour and a coffee with Tony Miele or Larry Tetro. They have a team. Those guys are going to be backing off pretty soon. They've got over 50 years, and I'll tell you, there's nothing you're going to tell these guys they haven't heard before. So leave your money at home. Book that hour and a coffee. Get your questions answered by those who understand tax planning, folks, because here's the thing. If you can't fix the vehicle you have, how are you ever going to replace it? Right? Am I right or am I right? I'm right. If you don't have a budget and you're not budgeting to maintain the vehicle that you presently have, going and chasing a new one and making payments and interest payments on that for the next 5 to 7 years, if you're not good with maintenance, nothing matters. You're in the same circle. And if you're not having a budget set aside, because these are machines, this is where we have to get away from the idea it's not a pair of pants, it's not a pair of socks, you just go get another one. They're machines, folks. These are pieces of equipment. That's what they are. It's not just a mobile unit. It's a piece of equipment that helps you to do what's on your schedule every day of every week of every month of every year. So if you can't put some money to the side to maintain it, you're always going to be in the car game. Go get another one and start the entire insanity over again. Because if you don't do it with this one, you will not do it with the next one. You won't. First little thing that breaks. Oh, well, I don't need that. Oh, I tore the belly pan off underneath. I'll just leave that in the parking lot. I don't need that. And that's how it starts. Oh, the handle broke. Oh, we don't really need that. Those are vehicles I look for because you know what? That's the series we're kicking off today. Oh, I don't really need that. Oh, that stopped working. Oh, I just run some wiring from here to here. That'll take care of it. Yeah, there it goes. It works. And down the road you go. So check in with Tony Miele or Larry Tetro, and folks, just do what I'm telling you. Get that hour and a coffee. Get your questions answered. Well, let's jump in this morning. Say thank you to Tony and Larry for making the meat of the podcast available to you today. Let's jump in. Okay, this is part 3. This wraps it up. 5 things. The dynamic trio is this. These are the players. Suspension, in the right order, too. Suspension, steering, and brakes. Number 2, if you can't stop it or steer it, nothing else matters whatsoever. Nothing. Nothing else matters. And we used to laugh about that when we were young apprentices. Some of the older guys would say, well, if you can't stop and steer it, nothing else matters. And that's exactly true. Right to the nut. Because everything I just mentioned, you don't even see it. But it's there. It's underneath the car. These are components that are underneath your car. So they're not exposed to you every single day, but yet they are. How interesting. You can't really see it, but it's there. It's kind of like this, knowing that I'm up early. I'm up at 4 o'clock, and that's when I pre-record these broadcasts, so you have them at 8 a.m. sharp, is in a little bit, if I look to the east, which I am from the talk table, I'm facing east, but there's no window there, the sun's going to come up. And then in the evening, if I turn around on my chair and facing towards the west, I will see the moon coming up. Those are things we just expect every day. Daylight, darkness, the sun, the moon, the sky, the wind. It just happens. Well, with your suspension and steering buddies and brakes, they're there. You can't see them. They're not fully exposed. But all three are there so that you can stop it and steer it properly. So number 3, all 3 of these components are completely knit together. Together they provide you with a vehicle that has stability, performance, and braking. See how that works? So if your shocks are weak and they're worn out, they're not going to tell you. So everything that I'm talking about right now has no monitoring system unless you have a sensor like I did a Mercedes for my friend John, the cinema guy. The cinema guy. That's what we're going to call him, the cinema guy. He's very creative and an amazing painter too. Oh my goodness. Talented, super talented. On his ML 350, that was 2013. He had sensors when I did the front brakes, and I did wheel bearings and hubs, assemblies on both sides, brakes on both sides. That series of vehicle, that Mercedes ML 350, has sensors on the inboard brake pad. So it'll tell you when the brakes are right down to getting down to the nub. So for most of us, the vehicles you're driving do not have a monitored braking system, other than if the hydraulic pressure disappears because a brake line's rotted or seal's gone in the master cylinder or a caliper's gone defunct and it's leaking. You're going to put some lights on, bells and whistles on in the dash. But other than that, you have no idea when something's worn out if your service tech is not monitoring your vehicle for you. So number 4 is together, the 3 are knit together to give you the stability, performance, and braking. So if the shocks are worn, but they're just there, they're attached at either end, and that's what the safety booklet for MTO for vehicles to be on Ontario highways is in a safety inspection, the shocks only have to be attached at either end. Now listen to what I'm going to tell you, and then you'll understand why myself and a bunch of my tech buddies, we disagree with that 100%. And here's why. If the shocks are not creating downforce to push your wheels, that's what they do, they create downforce to push your wheels against the road surface, no matter what's on it. Ice, snow, slush, water, mud, etc. Stuff. There's stuff on the road. So without that downforce, your tires are not really making contact with the road surface. It's gliding. The wheels are gliding. There's no pressure pushing down on them. Other than, I guess, gravity. Yeah, that would be about right. So now you have a vehicle that's not safe because there's no down pressure, means your vehicle does not have stability. Means that in an evasive maneuver, if you had to grab the steering wheel and seesaw it left and right to get around something, and the shocks aren't creating down pressure, you can very easily lose that vehicle into a yaw position, where it's going sideways. That's a yaw. And then there's the yeehaw. That's when you leave the road, head down in the ditch, mud's flying and stuff's going, parts are going everywhere, and then you come to a standstill. That's the yee-haw part. You don't want to do that. So we need the shocks to give the vehicle stability so that in evasive maneuvers like that and road conditions, the wheels are tightly pushed against the road surface. So they're not just there for giggles. They're there to provide stability. So number 2, then what's the steering doing then, friend? Right? What's the steering doing? Well, that's keeping your vehicle into what we call steering geometry. That means there's no wiggle waggle. We don't have the tail wagging the dog because we got steering components worn out. We got shocks and bushings worn out. There's free play, what we call free play. Something's worn out and allowing the wheels to maneuver themselves. Enough so that you end up wearing tires out long before their time. But then again, you now do not have a vehicle that's stable. So if you have a vehicle that has worn, lazy shocks, they're done. And they don't last forever, friends. They don't. So get that out of your head. They do not last forever. They leak out the gas or they leak out the oil, then the shock is not working. It's not working. Number 2, if we've got tie rod ends, ball joints, lower suspension control arms, sway bar bushings, sway bar link bushings, all these things need to be tight and right all the time in order for that vehicle to have stability. Because when components are worn, picture your vehicle like a Kleenex box. That's the best way for me to tell you. Your vehicle is a Kleenex box, a rectangular one. That's a car. Exactly. Anything's worn, it is no longer a rectangle. Follow me? So your vehicle is shaped where you can't see it underneath, just like a Kleenex box. Yeah, so don't go out to your car looking to see if you can pull a Kleenex out of it, okay? Although it would be funny. That's the best way I can describe that to you. So if you've got any kind of bushing, linkage, ball joint, tie rod end, sway bar link, sway bar bushings, control arm bushings worn out, your vehicle is no longer a rectangle. It's almost, what do they call that, a quadrilateral? Yeah, we're not getting into math, not on Monday morning. So it's no longer a rectangular box. So there's free play there. That means things in the steering are moving without you moving them. That's the best way for me to describe it. So although you have the steering wheel, because things are sloppy loose, they're steering themselves. And that's where you will not, it happens so gradual you won't even notice that you're actually constantly correcting the car on your steering wheel. We call it seesawing. It's like you're sawing a piece of wood. The steering wheel, if I were to watch your hand from the passenger side, if I see you constantly going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, you're seesawing because your vehicle's no longer a rectangle. There's components worn out. And you're making constant adjustments to keep the vehicle in the lane. That's a very big telltale sign that things have gone awry and you need to get that checked immediately. Because if you're sawing that steering wheel back and forth all the time, and check it today when you're on your way to home or to work, check and see how many times your hand is moving that steering wheel to make correction to keep your vehicle in the lane properly. That'll give you a good clue that you've either got A, real bad alignment going on, and alignments should be performed once every 24 months, a 4-wheel alignment. It's not something that's going to flag you people and say, hey, service light's on, you need alignment. No, it's not going to tell you that. Your service tech and maintenance is going to tell you that. So that brings us to number 5. It's just one of the 3 things, and brakes. Now we're going to add brakes on top of that. So we have sloppy steering. We have shocks that are not creating downforce so that the tires are actually meeting and kissing the road surface and gripping it. Now you're going to apply the brakes. Good luck, especially if the road's wet. You got sloppy loose steering, shocks that aren't creating down pressure, aren't creating any stability to the vehicle whatsoever, and now you're going to apply the brakes. Well, that is a recipe for disaster. my friends. So when we say if you can't stop it or steer it, nothing else matters. This is where the trio comes together. Without all three working together, you do not have a vehicle that is stable. So just one of the three are not in good working order. You have an unsafe, non-performing, balanced vehicle. Almost sounds like our lives. When we don't have things in the right order, we are definitely unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes even 2 or 3 more cups of Joe won't straighten it out. It goes deeper. Well, your vehicle's exactly the same way. Just one of those 3 things doesn't belong here. No, is that Sesame Street? I'm not sure. Just one of these 3 that are not in good working order, you have an unsafe, non-performing balanced vehicle. I wanted to say that again. You'll have a non-performing balanced vehicle. So stay in tune with the trio. That's where, well, what do I do next? Well, if you don't have a maintenance schedule, you really need to take a look at our maintenance schedule that's ready, willing, and able to keep you on track with these things. Because, folks, you can't remember it all. In everything, all the day-to-day things that you got that goes through your brain, you can't remember it all. And so the Car Connection maintenance schedule kit, which I brought out about 15 years ago, totally revamped it for you so that if you need some help in that area, I've got it all written out for you. And you just use it over and over and over again. It's called Rotate the Pattern. That's it. You don't even have to think. It's all there for you. Just look and go, yep, I need to get that done next on the car. And when it's done, check it off. And then go into the next month. Get to the bottom of the list. At the end of the year, you've got a well-maintained vehicle that's very reliable. And who cares what it's worth curbside, friends? I don't care if it's worth $1.99. By the time I bring that thing back to a reliable performing vehicle, its price, invaluable. Why? It's paid for. You're not paying interest or principal payments. And it's reliable because you're maintaining it. It's a piece of machinery. It's not a car. It's a machine. It's some piece of machinery, folks. Exactly. That's how you have to review it and view it. It's a piece of machinery. Well, we're all out of Motor Mouth Summer Tech Tips, but don't worry, babies. I got you covered. It's done for the year, for another year, but I have Motor Mouth's fall tech tips coming soon, so please stand by. Do not adjust your horizontal or vertical because I control that right from here. So I hope you got something out of that. Listen, re-listen, and remember, especially number 5, just one of these 3 things, suspension, steering, and brakes, not working in good working order, you have an unsafe, non-performing, balanced vehicle. So stay in tune with the trio and make sure that your service tech is checking those 3 things on a regular basis. And you say, well, how often do I need to do that, Motormouth? If you want a vehicle that's reliable and you can keep it as long as you want and pack as much mileage on as you want, was my friend Steve. I saw him yesterday. He said, thank you for dedicating a show to me. I said, no, you earned it. 644,000 kilometers. And I won't catch them. I've got 400,000 kilometers on the 07 FJ. And the 99 Rocket just got some tweaking as well. Got that thing going just right. It's amazing what an idle air control valve that's seizing up will do to a car. It goes wacky. That's got 319,000 on it now. So mileage doesn't mean anything. Treat it like a machine. Machines need servicing all the time. Get your brakes, your shocks, and your suspension and steering components all reviewed every 4 months to be on the safe side, because we are driving on some roads that are rougher than a stucco toilet seat. Let me tell you, it is rough out there. Unbelievable. You want to know how rough? Tomorrow morning when you get your morning beverage, take the lid off and try drinking it. Yeah, take a change of clothes. You might want to put down a drop sheet because you're going to wear a lot of it, let me tell you. So till tomorrow morning, happy, healthy motoring, friends. Be careful out there. Keep an eye on the other guy. There are some real idiots on the road that just don't get it. They just do not get it. Safety's number one. Takes a split second for life to change completely, forever. So keep an eye. Peace, patience, and kindness always. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Come and join us for another Motor Mouth morning drive, 8 a.m. Make it a great day. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.